Hi friends, today I wanted to discuss about the Karnataka CET question paper. The year is 2015 K-CET question paper, and as we know the total duration for the examination is 80 minutes, of which you have 70 minutes for answering, 10 minutes you use for shading the various details in the OMR sheet. So maximum marks is 60. So you have one question in 1 minute. If you solve it, you can do better. And also what you have to understand here is there are no negative questions. So you can attempt all the questions irrespective of whether it is right or wrong. So let us proceed to the question paper. So which vector can clone a small fragment of DNA? So that cloning is brought about by plasmid, which we use as one of the most preferred vector. So the answer for the first one is the plasmid. Continued self-pollination results in inbreeding depression. So that is the right answer for the second question. So the inbreeding depression is caused by continued self-pollination. So the third question is identify the wrong statement. Alleles IAA and IB produce sugars. Both IA and IB are present together and they express because of codominance. Alleles B and C, small b and C, also produce sugar. So third one is the wrong answers, that is alleles small b and C also produce sugar is a wrong answer. The codon AUG has dual function. It is an initiation codon and it also codes for methionine. Second one, methionine, formilated methionine. That is the right answer. Second, methionine is the answer. Fifth one, natural killer lymphocytes are an example for cellular barriers, NK cells. So natural killer lymphocytes are an example for cellular barriers. That is the right answer. Sixth one, identify the phylum X. So Animalia tissue grade, bilateral, acelomate. So they have given the answers as Ascalmenthus, Ctenophora, Hemichordata, Platyhelminthes. So here the question of the answer choices are not given and it's a grace mark question. The sixth one has been a grace mark question. If they have attempted it, they would have got 1 mark. With respect to Eichhornia, statement X, it drains off oxygen from water and is seen growing in standing water. Statement Y, it is an indigenous species of our country. So statement X, only statement X is correct and Y is wrong. It is an invasive species and it is not native of our country. It is an exotic invasive species which has engulfed our country. So the answer is only statement X is correct and Y is wrong. Eighth one, seeds without fertilization is obtained from apomixis. The right answer is apomixis. The hormone which acts on Sertoli cells and stimulates the process of spermiogenesis is the fourth one, that is the answer, follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone acts on Sertoli cells and it also stimulates the process of spermiogenesis. The nitrogen base found only in DNA is also called as 5-methyl uracil. So it is also called as 5-methyl uracil, that is thymine. Hyssal tail is obtained by crossing. So the 11th one, hyssal tail is obtained by crossing bicanary eaves with merino rams. So that is the correct combination. Bicanary eaves with merino rams, when they are crossed, we obtain this variety called as hyssal tail variety. The ancestor of modern day frogs and salamanders are coelacanth. Coelacanth are the ancestors of modern day frogs and salamanders. During sewage treatment, biogas produced include methane, hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide. This is the correct combination: methane, CH4, H2S, CO2, methane, hydrogen sulfide, carbon dioxide. So fourth one is the right answer. If 30 joules of energy is trapped at producer level, then how much energy will be available to peacock as food in the following chain? So plant is 30 joules, so 10% of that 30 joule, the 10% rule is there as it process. So if it is 30 joules, it becomes so 3 joules, and this 3 joules becomes 10% of that is 0.3 joules peacock. So the answer is 14th one is 0.03 joules. So plant is 30 joules, so as per 10% rule, so mice will be getting around 3 joules, snake is 0.3 joules, peacock is 0.03 joules. So the first answer 0.03 joules is correct. Which of the following is not an K-CET conservation? Biosphere reserves is not an K-CET conservation. One hormone hastens maturity period in juvenile conifers. A second hormone controls xylem differentiation, while the third increases the tolerance of plants to various stresses. What are these hormones respectively? So the hormones which hastens maturity period in juvenile conifers is gibberellin. A second hormone which controls xylem differentiation is auxin. The third increases the tolerance of plants, that is abscisic acid. So the fourth answer, gibberellin, auxin and ABA is the right choice. The element responsible for the ring structure of chlorophyll and maintenance of ribosome structure is Mg+, that is magnesium plus. Which of the following sentences is correct? Cell of all living organisms have a nucleus. Both animal and plants have a well-defined cell wall. In prokaryotes, there are no membrane-bound cell organelles. This is the right sentence and this is the correct statement. So third one is the answer for 18th. Label the correct parts of the myosin monomere. A is head, B is cross arm, C is actin binding site, D is ATP binding site. So second one is the correct answer. A is head, B is cross arm, C is actin binding site, D is ATP binding site. That is the correct answer for the 19th question. Second one is the right choice. The 2000-year-old seed excavated from King Herod's palace at Dead Sea belonged to. So 20th, the answer is Phoenix dactylifera. So this is a 2000-year-old seed which was excavated from King Herod's palace at Dead Sea, which is belonging to Phoenix dactylifera. That is date palm. In a human fetus, the limbs and digits develop after 8 weeks. So they develop after 8 weeks. Second one is the right answer. 22nd, with respect to phenylketonuria, identify which statement is not correct. It is a case of aneuploidy, that is a incorrect statement, whereas it is an example of pleiotrophy. PKU or phenylketonuria is an example of pleiotrophy. It is an error in metabolism. It is caused due to autosomal recessive trait. These are all correct statements. The incorrect statement is it is a case of aneuploidy or imbalanced set of chromosomes. That is the wrong statement. 22nd, the answer is, the wrong statement is third one. Is a case of aneuploidy is a wrong statement. 23rd, match the following with column 1 with column 2. So V and TR, it is due to variable number of tangent repeats. It is an important feature of in DNA fingerprinting. Introns and exons. B. So it is going to be yes. C. Dystrophin, largest gene. Satellite DNA, or it is bulk DNA. So the correct choice is found in the first one. 23rd, the first one is the answer. A is Q, B is S, C is P, and D is R. RNA polymerase 1 transcribes eukaryotic ribosomes, which does not consist of. So the 24th, the answer is 5 srRNA. So RNA polymerase 1 transcribes eukaryotic ribosome, which does not consist of 5 srRNA, but it consists of 28 srRNA, 5.8 srRNA, 18 srRNA, but 5 srRNA is not found. So it is not made up of this 5 srRNA. The organism which completely lack a cell wall and can live without oxygen are mycoplasmas. 25th, third one is the answer. 26. Greenhouse crops such as tomatoes and bell pepper produce higher yields. This is due to carbon dioxide enriched atmosphere, which leads to higher yields. So the carbon dioxide enriched atmosphere leads to higher yields in tomato and bell pepper. So third one is the answer for 26. 27. A fall in glomerular filtration rate activates. So here again GFR fall, it activates what the answers that are given and the question they do not match. So again 27th was a grace mark question, and anyone who had attempted this 27th question, they obtained grace marks. 28. The chromosome number in meiocyte is 34. The organism could be, so 28th is apple. The organism is apple. 28th is apple. 29th, progesterone is an IUD which makes the uterus unsuitable and cervix hostile to the sperms as they are. So the 29th, the answer is hormone releasing intrauterine devices, as they are hormone releasing intrauterine devices. That is the answer for 29th. Double lines in pedigree analysis show consanguineous marriages, that is between close relatives the marriage would have taken place. So it is an example for consanguineous marriages. Double lines shows consanguineous marriages. Smack and crack are produced from Papaver somnifera, we call it as smack, and erythroxylon cocoa are called as crack. So they are produced by Papaver somnifera, that is Gasgase plant, and erythroxylon coca, the product obtained is called as crack. So second one is the answer for 31st question. 32nd, Sonalika and Kalyan Sona are high yielding varieties of wheat. So 33rd, BOD refers to the amount of oxygen consumed if all the organic matter in 1000 ml of water were oxidized by bacteria. We call it as biological oxygen demand. So since the first statement itself there is a right answer, the answer for BOD is the amount of oxygen consumed if all the organic matter in 1 liter or 1000 ml of water were oxidized by bacteria. That is the definition of biological oxygen demand or BOD. 33rd, first one is the answer. 34th, during menstrual cycle, the cyclical changes takes place in endometrium. Assisted ART, assisted reproductive technology, does not include zygote extrafallopian transfer, whereas ART includes in vitro fertilization, IVF and ET, gamete gift, GIFT, gamete intrafallopian transfer, artificial insemination, AI, all these are included in assistive reproductive technology, but ZEFT is not included in assisted reproductive technology. So the wrong choice is the third one, zygote extrafallopian transfer. 36. In a 3.2 kbp long piece of DNA, 820 adenine bases were found. What would be the number of cytosine bases? So it is kilobytes, 3.2 kilobytes you find. So the answer for 36th is third one, 780 are found. So 3.2 kilobytes you can have it as, so if you add up 820 plus 820, so that is going to give some number, and 780 plus 780. So that is how the mathematics is worked. So Edwin Chalmers' base equivalence rule, on the basis of which we find out that 36, third one is the 780 is the cytosine bases that we find. 37, second one, given below is the representation of the extent of global diversity of vertebrates. What groups does the portions represent? Okay, so the A is fishes. 37, A, majority is fishes in vertebrates. Second, B is mammals. So diversity, that is species diversity. C is fish, birds. D is reptiles. E is amphibians. So on the extent of global diversity of vertebrates, fishes have maximum diversity in vertebrates, and second position would be the birds. So the remaining D is nothing but mammals, and D is reptiles, E is amphibians. So second one is the right answer. 37 second choices are correct answer. Choose the correct statement. 38, pyruvate is formed in the mitochondrial matrix. Wrong. During the conversion of succinyl coenzyme to succinic acid, a molecule of ATP is synthesized. That is also wrong. Oxygen is vital in respiration for removal of hydrogen. That is a correct statement. So 38, third one is the right answer. 39, according to Robert Constanza, 50% of the total cost for ecosystem services goes to soil formation. So if you have to pay money for the ecosystem services, 50% of them goes for the formation of soil. So that fourth one is the answer for 39. 40th, the function of selectable marker is, it is used for elimination of non-transformants and permitting transformants. So that is the function of selectable marker. So 40th is, fourth one is the answer. 41st, find the wrongly matched pair. So endemism, species confines to one region and also found in other regions. So that is wrong. It is geographically found in only one region. We call it as endemism. So this definition, first one is wrongly matched pair. Alien species Clarius garipinus, that is the catfish, it is true. Lungs of the planet is Amazon rainforest, it is correctly matched. Hotspots are regions with species richness, that is also correctly matched. Only the definition of endemism is wrongly matched pair. So 41st, first one is the answer with a wrongly matched pair. 42nd, if an inheritable mutation is observed in a population at high frequency, it is referred to as EST, express sequence tag. So if an inheritable mutation observed in a population at high frequency is defined as express sequence tag. 42nd, second one is the answer. 43rd, which of the following would most likely help to slow down the greenhouse effect? Redesigning landfill dumps to allow methane to be collected would help in slowing down the greenhouse effect. So the 43rd, fourth one is the answer. 44th, select the mismatch from the following. Insulin gluconeogenesis. There is no new glucose synthesis here. So insulin This is the mismatch. Glucagon, it brings about glycogenolysis, breakdown of glycogen, that is correct. Oxytocin, it brings about contraction of uterine muscles, that is also correct. Prolactin, milk production in mammary glands, that is also correct. The first one is a mismatch. Insulin doesn't bring about gluconeogenesis, that is a wrong match. So the answer for 44 mismatch is first one, insulin and gluconeogenesis. 45th, identify the structure. Again, there has been a mismatch in the diagram and the choices. So this was given as a grace mark. Any answer that you have marked here, you will be getting a grace mark for the 45th question. 46th, which of the following is not correct in mass flow hypothesis? The sugar is moved bidirectionally, it is a correct statement. Loading of the phloem sets up a water potential gradient that facilitates the mass movement in the phloem, that is also a correct statement. As hydrostatic pressure in the phloem sieve tube increases, pressure flow stops and sap is accumulated in phloem. This is the wrong statement that has been given. The sugar which is transported is sucrose, it is a correct statement. As hydrostatic pressure is in the phloem sieve tube increases, pressure flow stops and sap is accumulated in phloem. This is a wrong statement. In prokaryotes, the glycocalyx, when it is thick, is called as capsule. If the glycocalyx is thick, it is called as capsule in prokaryotes. The T wave in an ECG represents return of the ventricles from excited state. So second one is the right answer, return of the ventricles from an excited state. 49, Ernst-Chain and Howard Flores' contribution was establishing the potential of penicillin as an effective antibiotic. That credit goes to Ernst-Chain and Howard Flores, where they established the potential of penicillin as an effective antibiotic. 50th, which of the following is not correct with respect to malaria? Sporozoites multiply in blood is not correct statement, so it is an incorrect statement. 50th, first one is the incorrect statement. 51st, 3 copies of chromosome 21 in a child with Down syndrome have been analyzed using molecular biotechnology, biological technology to detect any possible DNA polymorphism with reference to different alleles located on chromosome 21. Result shows that out of 3 copies, 2 of the chromosomes of the child contain the same alleles as one of the mother's alleles. Based on this, when did the non-disjunction event most likely occur? It occurred in maternal meiosis 1. 51st, because 2 of the chromosomes of the child contain the same alleles as mother. That itself is an indication that non-disjunction has occurred in the mother's side. Maternal meiosis 1. 51st, the answer is maternal meiosis 1. 52nd, in 125 amino acid sequence, if the codon for the 25th amino acid is mutated to UAA, then a polypeptide of 24 amino acids is formed because UAA is a nonsense codon. So, and it is a terminator codon. So, there is a polypeptide of 24 amino acids that are formed. 53rd, a scrubber in the exhaust of a chemical industrial plant removes gases like sulfur dioxide. So 53rd, the answer is gases like sulfur dioxide. That is the correct statement. So the scrubber in the chemical exhaust of a chemical industrial plant removes sulfur dioxide. The formation of 2 species from one ancestral species is known as divergent evolution. The breakdown of detritus into small particles by detrivores is called fragmentation. So we call that as fragmentation process. 4th one is the answer for 55th. 52nd, choose the correct combination of labeling the molecules involved in the pathway of anaerobic respiration in yeast. So the 56th, they have given A, B and C to be identified. So glucose, glyceraldehyde, 3-phosphate, they form 1,3-biphosphoglyceride pyruvate. Pyruvate is going to break into two part of it. So B is going to be acetaldehyde, C would be carbon dioxide. Acetaldehyde, it undergoes the ethanol formation. A is ethanol. So the right answer for 56th is A ethanol, B acetaldehyde, C is carbon dioxide. 57. Which of the following condition correctly describes the manner of determining the sex in the given example? Exotype of sex determines male sex in grasshopper. So that is a correct example, correct choice. 58. Hibernating animals have tissues containing mitochondria with a membrane protein that accelerates electron transport while blocking the synthesis of ATP. What is the consequence of this? The energy of respiration is converted into heat. That is how heat energy is generated in hibernating animals. The pioneer species in xerarch and hydrarch succession are respectively lichens and phytoplanktons. Third one is the right answer. With respect to DNA fragmentation, two statements are given. Statement A, gel electrophoresis and elution are two important processes. Statement B, after staining with yttrium bromide, it has to be exposed to UV light. Both and A and B are correct statements. So 60th, the first one is the right choice, that is statement A and statement B are correct statements. That completes our 2015 Karnataka CET question paper. If you have liked this video and have learned from this video and it has helped you in making your competitive examinations simpler, kindly suggest this and share this video with your friends. Remember to like and subscribe for this channel. So best wishes for your upcoming competitive examinations. Thank you.